let's say hypothetically Joe Burrow is out for Monday's contest, well then all signs point to Jake Browning stepping into that role. Maybe you've already noticed, but there's a bit of a youth movement going on around the Reds organization. Most of the big-time players you associate with the current roster are within their first few years in the bigs. David Bell says that the learning curve has been inspiring, but not without its challenges. I'd imagine this wasn't quite the end of the year that Xavier was hoping for. Georgia put them out in the NIT, but the performance was not without its bright spots. Desmond Claude dropped a 30-piece on his way out in the season finale and is inspiring fans that he can be a pillar of this team next season. It's one of the last Saturdays that we'll have Wyoming football this season, and the Pokes are down the road to play Colorado State in this year's Border War. I'm here at Nippert Stadium where the Cincinnati Bearcats are back for football, and they're back in a big way. Keep your eyes on Corey Kiner for the season opener. The LSU transfer had over 1,000 yards on the ground last year for the Cats. The Towson Tigers, their opponents today, allowed nearly 200 rushing yards per game. If I was a betting man, I'd say the Roger Bacon alum will be off to the races today. The big story in this game was the same as any other Trojan game, the running abilities of Josh Ringer. He was about 90 yards short of hitting the 6,000-yard mark, and he got it done before halftime. 3 safeties, 47 points, and a sectional championship later, East Central survives and advances. Colin Davis is a freshman on the swim team at the University of Wyoming. While you can't tell just by watching him compete, his life inside and out of the pool are very different.
So I was born deaf, quotations, like my hearing is so severe, and like the thing is my parents didn't know if it's hereditary or just a birth defect, but over the years as I got older, we learned more about my family history. It was hereditary.
Thanks to hearing aids, Colin can hear and speak to people, but when he gets in the water, that all goes away.
The best way I can explain, you know, the world's quietest room, like how they say you can hear your heartbeat after a while. I wouldn't say it's that, but it's very similar to that. Like, there's no sound.
Colin became a Division I athlete at the University of Wyoming. As impressive as that is, it may not be the most impressive accomplishment that he's collected in his swimming career. Colin set the USA Deaf swimming record in the 200-yard individual medley, just one of his many broken barriers.
500 free, 1,000 mile short course, and then I have the 800 long course, and then I also have the 2 fly too.
Colin has competed against some of the best athletes swimming to date. He knows what the pinnacle of the sport looks like. Colin credits his success to determination and hard work passed down to him from his family.
I swam with all these like top dogs that are like at these top 25 D1 schools, and they're like genetic freaks. I would just say, with my dad and how my family raised me to be a hard worker and just kind of suck it out and deal with the pain, I think that's what's kind of driven me, and then also having some of the good genetics too that helped me get through it. But I say mostly my hard work and just my motivation has driven me to get to where I am today.
Colin plans to continue to use his opportunities to make his family, his university, and the whole world proud. For Wyoming News Now, I'm Jackson McCarty. The Pine Bluffs Hornets had some big plans for the 2022 and 2023 football and basketball seasons. Multiple key starters on both squads were entering their senior year. They had to follow up on a state title win in basketball and a 9-1 record in football. It wasn't going to be easy, so the seniors got to work for the seasons ahead.
At the beginning of the year, I knew that I was going to have to step up. We had a few kids graduate last year, and so me and Sloan step up on defense, and then I played a little bit more at receiver.
Me and Colin really were kind of undersized, like muscle-wise, so I'm a shorter guy, so we kind of hit the weight room a lot. But we worked on speed workouts and everything. It's just, I focus on speed in the off-season, so I just got faster.
Once players like Colin and Alex stepped into their new roles, the wins started coming. They went 9-0 before running into Rocky Mountain, the team that put them out last year. With a shot at redemption, the team wouldn't let the moment slip away twice.
It was just coming down to just executing the game plan and actually playing ball. Like, we felt the times we lost was not necessarily a fluke, but just there was things we could have done so much better and played a better game.
They beat Rocky Mountain and then beat Shoshone the following week, taking their throne at the top of 9-man football. After that, it was right back to work. Basketball season was coming up, and the Hornets had to reset for their second state title run.
We're pretty confident. Obviously not overconfident. We got to take it one game at a time, because if you don't win the first 2 games, you're not going to win the third, right? So just win the last game of the season is the main goal.
The team built momentum heading into the state tournament, but hit an unexpected snag. They lost to Bighorn in the regional tournament. They clawed their way back up to face Bighorn again in the state title game and marked a chance for Pine Bluffs to redeem themselves yet again.
Oh, it was just kind of like relief and like ready to play. Like we knew we could beat Bighorn as we beat them in January, but we knew that we had come up short, and that tells us that they're a good team.
The Hornets ended up beating Bighorn 49-38, meaning their goals for the year had officially been met. A journey that started when they were kids had now come to its conclusion.
Yeah, I think we played together since 3rd grade or something like that, so it's been a long time, and it's just nice to go out on top with all of them, because we played together our whole life and known each other our whole life, so getting to do something like that with them was just special.